All right, let's talk about it, man. Memphis barely wins. They edge 112 to 109. They still home court advantage from the Utah Jazz. This is game one. Donovan Mitchell wasn't able to play. The ankle's still not feeling right. I still thought the Jazz would win just simply because, they're first seed, first game. But nah, the Grizzlies wasn't having it. And basically came down to this. They played much harder. They hustled harder. And number two, the Grizzlies' top two players outplayed the next two top players from the Utah Jazz. And also, Valanciunas played pretty well. Yeah. So, Dylan Brooks, he was good the whole entire game. John Morant came alive in the fourth quarter. He took over when he was supposed to, and he scored when he was supposed to. As far as Utah kept on fighting, but at one point they was almost down by 20 points, which was pretty bad. And this was in the second half. It was getting really bad. And then they just started to fight. Mike Conley started to turn up. Who was it? Was it Joe Ingles? No, Joe Ingles didn't play good. It was someone else. Bogdanovich? I think it was Bogdanovich that played pretty well. But yeah, Joe Ingles didn't play well. Rudy Gobert was terrible to me. And Clarkson barely did much. Like that 14 points, it was a measly 14 points. He's been way better than that. I thought Jordan Clarkson was going to go crazy. The bench did nothing. But as far as the Grizzlies, 4 out of their 5 starters were in double digits. And the top 2 players, they delivered when they were supposed to. So that pretty much was to tell the game. And also, they dominated when it came to the points in the paint. Pardon me. I'm referring to the Grizzlies. They dominated points in the paint. So that was telling. That was very telling. And yeah, that's pretty much the game right there. But it was a close game. This will be a fun series, it seems. Look, maybe the Jazz, they end up getting a gentleman sweep. But I don't know. Even with Donovan Mitchell coming back now, I don't know. But I do have the Jazz win this series. But I'd like for the Grizzlies to win this series because I'm a fan of John Morant. He needs to be discussed more in the media. The media, they all fall in love with Zion Williamson. But John Morant is the one leading his team in his second year. I think this is his second year. Yeah, in his second year, his sophomore year, he's leading this team to the playoffs. And they just won game 1 of the first round. So kudos to John Morant. Kudos to the Grizzlies. I'm curious to see if the Jazz can actually tie this up. I don't know. I expect the Jazz to win this series. So they better figure out real quick. Game 2 coming soon. So give me your thoughts on this game. What stuck out to you the most? And let me know who you got winning game 2.